Hi, this is Rhonda with Rhonda's Crafty Chaos. And a lot of you have been asking about these cute little mummies in my background of my last videos. And so today we are going to make one. And I'll show you my cute spin on them. Thanks for watching. Hi, this is Rhonda with Rhonda's Crafty Chaos. And today we are going to make this little guy. Here's another view of him. Another one. We're going to get started on him. He's a cute little mummy. He was in the background of a lot of my videos, and a lot of my subscribers reached out to me and said that they would like to see one made. And I had bought him, but I came up with my own version of one. So let's get started. What I do with a lot of my gnomes that I make, I start out with a juice bottle. In this one, the body was just too long this way, so I cut it in two, and then I just fed it inside of each other like this. Sorry for the noise. There's no way to do it without the noise. And then I just kind of clipped it in. What I did is I took one of these little stripes on the bottles right here, and I just went along that, and for some reason it just snaps right in there, and it's just really secure. And these are little cores, tubes out of my mesh. I make mesh wreaths, and that's what these are. Or you could use dowels, or if you could find the little tubing, that would even be better. And I've just taken my knife and just sliced a couple of holes in it like this, and then I just kind of narrowed it out and kind of made it as big as I needed to fit these little legs in. So these legs are, my little cheat sheet here, 10 inches, I believe. Yeah, they're 10 inches long, and they go up in the little mummy's body about an inch. So I'm going to start gluing them in, and I just stick it in the little holes around the legs and let it go inside of it. And then I'll twist them. Come on, glue. And then I'll just twist it and get the glue to come down a little bit like this. And I guess give it a little twist. And there we go. So I'm going to set him right there and let him do his little drying. And we're going to start on the shoes. And the little foam balls I got are the little 1.5 inch foam balls, and my shoes are 2.5 inches or 4.5 inches by 3 inches, and I've just taken them and just rounded the corners off. And the front, I made it just a little bit more pointed so it looked more like a shoe, and that's just plain cardboard. And we're going to take this is another tubing I have in my mesh rolls, and it slides right into this. So I just take these and put these on here, get it started, because they're going to have to dry too for a while. And then I'll just pour some down in there a little bit. And then on this little piece, this was the bottom of this, and I've just taken that off, and I'm going to glue this right here, but I'm also going to use this little piece for the heel of the shoe or the foot. So it'll be like this. And then I'll show you the rest of the stuff, how we get the shoe to look like these. So there's that one. We'll get this one started now. dabs of glue there so I can put the little front of the shoe and the heel on. Okay, now we're just gonna let them set up a little bit. And this is our little shoe, and I've just cut them, let's cut it 14 inches by 5.5 inches. So it's just 2 pieces of the felt. This is just a felt I got from the Dollar Tree. And it's just 2 little pieces of that. And what you do is I put the toe of the shoe down, and then I just kind of measure it, make sure I have enough to go all the way around. And I do, so I'm going to take my glue first. Sorry, I forgot a whole step. And I like to do with my shoes to make them more uniformed is I just take a piece of masking tape, a few pieces of it, and kind of form the shoe. Get a few pieces off. All right, and I just kind of take it so I can go around the shoe like this. So that doesn't look much better than it was without, but you keep wrapping and soon it will look more like a shoe, and it'll be a little bit easier to work with, but aesthetically look a lot better. So anyway, that is what we do right there. And we'll hurry and do the other one. And this will also make it stronger because you kind of pull your tape just a little bit to try to make this shoe a lot sturdier. And you're going to base this on a board. I have a big chunk board I'm going to put it on, and that will also stabilize it and make it so it's a lot stronger. When you make your shoes, this is the way you could do your gnome shoes too. It's just as easy as can be to do it this way. Okay, so now we have both our little shoes blocked in. And what I'm going to do is you're going to put the toe of your shoe down first. So I'm just going to put a bead of glue around the toe of the shoe, and then you're going to go up about 1/2 inch and just kind of just wrap it. Okay, so we got the front done. Let's do this rest of the side and the back. We're going to overlap it just a bit. Alright, just like that. Okay. And then I just put a little bead of glue all the way around the sole of the shoe and just push in my felt. So that just kind of finishes off the bottom. Make sure it's stuck down good. Okay, now you have just like a little cylinder around it. And all you do is just push it in and kind of fold it over, and you tie it with, I'm just going to use this cheesecloth. I just cut in strips, and it's pretty fragile, but I think it's going to work just fine. So I'm going to just take a piece of this, I'm going to double it up, and you just kind of fold in the middle and then fold the sides in, and then this will make it look more like a mummy, and that's how the shoe is. So let's get the other one done. Shoes are so easy. but so intimidating for a lot of people. They think they have to go buy like little children's shoes, and or even get somebody to make them on their 3D printer, little shoes, and those things get so expensive. And they're just easy to make. You can use this little pattern and make all kinds of different looking shoes. You can, I'll show you just a second how you could fold it a little bit different. And we'll just do a bead of glue around there. Kind of fold it in. Okay, like this. If you guys like what you're seeing, also will really help my channel out. I'm just starting out. If you could like and share and subscribe to my channel. I have a bunch of fun ideas coming up. Christmas is my favorite time of year, and I love vintage Christmas. And so I've got a whole bunch of stuff for vintage, but also I'm doing a Candyland type tree for my kitchen. So I can't wait for that. Okay, here's another way. You just fold in the sides first and then the top, and it just kind of gives you a little pleat right here. And then you could take it in like this, just pinch it in and put a little bow right there, put a little pom-pom like that. Anything would be just cute. You just have to fold it different ways. We're just gonna fold this in on itself like that. Take another little swatch of this and just give it a tie. Okay, this is the block I have, and it's just an old piece of board I had outside, but I like the gray finish on it. But the two places where I cut it for size is I don't love a whole lot, so I'm just going to take some of this stuff too and just kind of tack it in a couple of places. It's almost like the spider webbing stuff, but so you could use a spider webbing on this, anything. So that's what we'll do with this. We'll use that. And this is where I'm going to mount my shoes. And this is a big sturdy block, so it's not going to fall over if it gets tipped. But you're going to want to put a good amount of glue on your soles of your shoes around the outside and then in the inside. And you're just going to want to put them on there. And before we put our standard little guy up, I'm going to let this really dry or cool down so that we don't have a wobbly little guy. Scrunch these shoes down like this. There's just so many possibilities. So here's our little shoes mounted on our little thing, and I'm just going to let all the little strings just hang because it just brings more cuteness to the little project. Okay, now we're going to start with our juice bottle. This is just like an apple juice bottle, like I said, and I just cut it and went up inside of it probably only an inch. I didn't go in very far, but I went in, I'm going to say, just at an inch. So that makes this little guy from top to here about 14 inches. So he's a good size. Might pull him out just a bit. Doesn't look so squatty. Maybe go 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we've got these little legs in there, and they're pretty secure. And now we'll work on the legs and the body. And what I have for these is I've cut a piece of 5x8 little piece of, and this is just fleece. This is just a piece of fleece I had. So I'm just gonna take and put it, I'm gonna say this is my front side, so we're gonna start doing all the seams in the back. So I just put a good amount of glue there, and I just pull it over. And I'm gonna not want the legs super tight. I'm gonna want them kind of squishy, you know, so I could squish them up just a bit. In fact, I'm gonna leave that glue not set up right down here. Leave this open, and I'll show you just a second. Okay, so I'm gonna put some more glue down. I'm just gonna take the edge of this and just put it right on it. So it just kind of flows a little bit. And then this at the bottom, you can kind of scrunch up, and it kind of looks cute like that. So once you have it scrunched where you want it, and you're gonna wanna leave a little bit of space because you're gonna put your boots on still. So leave it open just a bit down here at the bottom, right here. And you scrunch it up and you just fold it over. Right there. Okay. Scrunch it up just a bit, put a little drop of glue up there, and just have it like that. Okay, so now right at the knee, it's kind of scrunched and it kind of looks cute like that. Okay, now we're going to do the next one. Just put your glue down to about right there. And put the other piece over. Okay, and you're going to want to scrunch it up. More glue down a little further. Okay, now scrunch. And you're just going to want to glue that part down. Okay. Alright, now it looks like that in the back, but you also got the cute little scrunch right here at the knees for that. Okay, and then this piece is a 15 by 12. And all I did with this piece is I took it and just measured it around the body like this and just cut it off. So we're just gonna take it and get our little body. So we're gonna put a little bit of glue on the front. And you're going to leave a little, about 1 inch down here at the bottom, so you can tuck it up underneath the legs right there. So just keep going around your little body. It doesn't take a whole lot of glue to keep this on there, so just put as much as you feel like you need. Okay, so we've got this, and we're just going to tuck this down under. So I'm just going to take and push. And right around the legs, you could kind of tuck them in like this. And once we get it wrapped with cheesecloth, you'll never see a mess back there. And I've got to grab some more glue sticks. I apologize. I don't know if it's just me or if it's you guys, but I go through the glue sticks like crazy. And I feel like I don't use a whole bunch of glue on all my projects, but I must. I buy it by the 50-pound box, and I use probably 2 of them a year. Okay, so there's the little guy, and he's got it all tucked up, and it doesn't look really great, but like I said, once we get it, sorry, I had a brain fart there. Once we get it all wrapped, with our cheesecloth, then it'll look a lot better. So I just did a beaded glue around there, and you just bring it in like that. Just kind of hold it there, and then there'll be a couple of little pieces that you're going to have to glue on this side. So just put a little bit of glue there, and just kind of hold it for a second. So now we've got the legs and the body done. Okay. Now, on the arms, I'm just going to take a piece that is 9 by 6. It's also the same size, I guess, as the feet, or the legs. So 9 by 6. And I'm just going to fold it over and put a bead of glue right there, and then just fold these over. Just like that. And that will do his little arm. Fold this over. Put our little bead of glue. Just like that. Okay. Now we have our 2 little arms done. And where I placed mine. I thought I was so prepared, but a couple of pieces. Okay, I'm just going to make a little U-shaped thing for its little hands. So just want to double it up like that, and I'll just cut them apart, and then I just do kind of like he's just wearing a mitten. This is how I do all my gnome hands, and I think they look just fine. So I just put a little bead of glue around it. I'm going to do a bunch of gnomes here in the next little bit. I can't wait to start all my Christmas gnomes and my Grinches. I make the funnest big, like 4-foot Grinches. And I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to be able to film them. Those will be fun if I can figure out how to film them, because there's a lot of steps in them, and they take quite a while to make. Okay, so I'm just going to push just a little bit of polyfill inside his little hand, and then I'm going to take the front side of his little arm and put it in there, and then I'll do the back side. The back side's right here. It's hard to see with the seam because it kind of blends in. Okay, so we have it like that, and then we're going to put a little bit more polyfill down inside his arm. And we're not going to put a whole lot because you just don't really need a whole lot. And you're going to want him to be able to pose him if you want to. And also, if you do want to pose him, you could put wire in this right now and pose, so you could pose him. Okay, and then on the top of it, I just push it in like this and then push these 2 together. And that kind of gives me the top of his arm. Okay, so all these steps I do just like this for my gnomes. Okay, so I'm going to put his arm on. And then we're going to do the next one. Come on. Stay up there. Okay, so we'll go around. And I just keep these right side up because flipping these little hands are kind of a joke. So I just keep them just right side out, and then once the glue dries, I'll trim them up and make them look all pretty. Go around the little hand part. Put a little bit of fluff, polyfill in them. Glue stuck to my fingers and polyfill. Okay, so we're going to take the little arm again. Show the seams down the center. A little bit of glue there, and then you stick your hand in, and then you'll put a little dot of glue there, a little bit more glue there, and then just hold it for a second, and there's your little hand. Grab a little bit more polyfill to fill the arm up. When you do polyfill, take it apart like this and kind of fluff it out so it's not a great big hard glob of it. And then it just goes in your project so much easier, and it doesn't look like so lumpy. See, it just goes in there so nice. Not lumpy. I don't like lumpy polyfill. So just take it and pull it apart and stick it in there. Okay, and again, I'm going to just square that up a little bit. Push it in the center and then pull it, or push it in the center and then push in the front and the back. Okay, just like that. Hold it for just a second and then give it a good plop of glue on it. And hold it up and make sure you got your arms in the same place. We'll just put it just like that. And that's our little body. Now we can get it mounted on our little shoes. So I just take him and push his little legs in these little tubes. Okay, and then I just push it down. And see how it makes the pants kind of crinkle up? Just kind of bring them down just a tad over the little leg, or the little part in the shoe. Bring them up, and I just have it just like that. I don't even have to glue it in because it's in there pretty secure. So I just put it just like that, and that's our little body and the legs. And now we're going to work on the head part of it. And I was going to do the whole thing with you guys instead of doing part of it already. I just take a roll of ribbon and my material. We're going to want to double it up. So it's a big old piece, so I don't need quite all of that up here, but I haven't cut off a little section of it yet. So, all right, get both those pieces together as close as we can. All right, and then I take my roll of ribbon, excuse me, and I'll place it on there and then just make a line. And I'm going to scoot it over about a ½ inch because I don't want it completely round. See how it kind of makes an oval? So I did it right there, and then I scooted it just over just a tad. And on the bottom, I want to make it a little bit longer. So I'm just going to do it like this. So it kind of looks like an alien head. take it and cut it out, and I leave a little bit of room so when we glue it, we can, we're gonna flip this around inside out, so we're gonna, I hope that makes sense to you. I mean, just take something round, but just scoot it over just a little bit, maybe 1/4 of an inch is all. So you'll, you know, do it like this, and then you scoot it over just a little bit, and then scoot it down, and it's just easy and everything. All right, and this, you're just gonna kind of take your time. Just gonna want to go right on the outside of it, and take your time and let it cool off, dry, whatever. I keep saying dry, but it's not dry, it's cooled off before you turn it really good. Okay. You're gonna want to smash that glue into the fibers too, and get it to really get in those fibers so it'll stay together when you're flipping it. And you're just going to leave this bottom hole part right here where the neck is, you know, the part where it narrows down to. You're going to leave that open. Okay, and we're just going to set this aside and just let it really cool off. And while we're doing that, we're going to start wrapping our little mummy with our cheesecloth. And so I've just got my piece of cheesecloth, and it's really fragile stuff once you start cutting it, but it is workable, but it is fragile. All right, so I'm just going to take it and just start feeding it through the legs. I'm just going to put just a dollop of glue right there and stick it on the back, because we got all our seams in the back. Come on. It's sticking to my fingers more than it's sticking to the fabric. You're just going to want to go all the way down the leg. This is what I like to do, is I like to go down the leg, and then I like to come back up and kind of cross my bandages over. And that little piece just fell off, and we're going to use that in just a second. I'll show you how we'll kind of use that. We'll just take it and just do it a little twist and put it like on the knee, so it looks kind of like his bandages, where they've tied his bandages. All right, now we'll do the other leg. Put a little bit of glue back there. Take this cheesecloth and just start wrapping. And it can hang, just do whatever. And on this, the other one I've done, just some cotton fabric I had. I coffee stained it and just ripped it. And I'll show you a close-up of that. So I've just ripped all the fabric on it. So I've left all the strings, and that's kind of a cute way. So there's his legs are done. Now we're going to start on his little body. Just put a little piece, or a little drop of glue back there, and then just start wrapping. And as you go up, you can Put another little dot of glue. I'm going to cover his shoulder. Okay, so that piece went that far. So we'll take another piece of our cheesecloth, and I'm going to start it on the sleeve here. Just keep going around. Little piece ended up right here, so we'll just, and all this stuff will just hang down and even make it look more cute. Okay, we'll start right there where I ended off and just keep wrapping his little body. Up right here, and this is another one of those little stray pieces, so I'll just kind of make it kind of look like a tie by twisting it right there and just putting it right there, so it looks like his bandages are being tied on. Okay, in the back of it right here, I have got this great big piece, which I don't need all of it, so I'm just going to take it where we started right there and just push it down and cut it off. And this piece we'll use for the arms. So right up here where I've started it on the shoulder, I'm going to start this piece right here and then just go around, and you can kind of pull it and make it a little bit longer, and then you can bring it back up to right there. We'll just dab a little glue there, and here's another one of those crazy little pieces we'll just stick right on his arm. Okay, look how cute he's looking. He is looking so cute. Okay, now let's do the other arm, and by that time our head should be cooled off. Where I'm getting dried at. I didn't use Elmer's glue. Okay. We're going to start up here on the shoulder where we left off the last one. I'm just going to pull this a little bit to make it more sparse. Go all the way down, and then you're going to go back up. And we'll just stop right there where we restarted. Put another little speck of glue there. So there's our mummy so far. He is looking so adorable. Okay, now we've got his little head. We're going to flip it. That glue just really holds really well, so just as long as you let it cool off. And you just kind of massage out to just kind of roll it in your fingers to get it all out to the side. All right, and there's his little head. We'll take some more polyfill and do our little piecing it apart. And just start filling it. I just take my fingers and kind of pull it around up there. Make sure it's evenly distributed inside there. going. Just about got it. Okay. Just kind of massage it. Find your side you like the best. You're going to want to leave this open and kind of a little bit of an opening there too. Excuse me, because we're going to put a piece of our core, our oh, what the heck's this called? Paper core tube inside of this, like this, and that will help support it, and then stick it on top of the bottle. Take the cap off the bottle that I forgot. Kind of glued it on. There we go. This tube's just a little bit not narrow enough, so I'm just going to cut a little slit and just wedge it in there, and then we'll hot glue this tube in. Stand up for this one. There. I want to hot glue that in. If you know of anybody that does wreaths and they have these little things, I have them save them for you. I use them a lot with making my gnomes and that. So I'm going to put our little head on. And this is looking a little like it needs some more glue up here. And all these little pieces. We're going to put a bow tie on him, so you're not going to see any of this, and we'll put some more of the cheesecloth. While that sets up the little tube, we'll start doing his little wrap on him. Okay, so I want this to be my back. I'll just start with wrapping him up. I wanted to end right there, so we'll just start a new one. Probably in the same place, with the same little bit of glue we had. Okay, and then here's your little piece that you can twist and make a little knot right there, like he's tied his bandages up right there. This guy is almost done. Put that right there. Cut that off. We're going to put a little piece around his neck, but I guess we'll put the head on first. But before we put the head on, I have these little googly eyes, and they're just two little pom-poms. A white one and a little black one. And these black ones were white, and I just took a Sharpie marker, because I didn't have any black ones, and just colored them in. And they colored in just fine. You're going to kind of want them offset a little bit, so one up and one down, and then just glue his little beady eyes in there. So cute. Okay, so we're going to take him, we're going to glue his little neck on, so I want to kind of fold that up a little bit, sticking down in there. And then I'll just take a little bead of glue right there and fold over and hold it for a bit. And do the same on the back side. Fold it over, take a little bit of glue. Do that down too while we're pushing. And just hold it. Just give him a little wrap around the neck. Maybe go down. Maybe we'll go down the front. His little neck is secure, and get it off that roll so we don't have it bobbing around. Just kind of push his little head on, and this is the way he's looking right now. He's looking pretty silly, but he's cuter than heck. I'm just going to take a, maybe I'll use this. I only have just a little bit of this left, and I love this. I think I'll go with the spider webs. So I just want to make a little tiny bow tie for him. So I'm just gonna pinch it and twist it and pinch it and twist it. Just, this is how I make my big bows, but we're just doing a little tiny version of it. Just like that. Grab a pipe cleaner real quick. Just put the little pipe cleaner around and twist, and then just cut it off. And we're going to dovetail this two ends right here. And that's his little bow tie we'll put on him. Right there, but we're going to also make a little band for his neck. And I'm just going to fold this over because it's a 2-inch piece, and that's just going to be too big for his neck. So we'll just make a little cylinder here. And I'll put it around his little neck, like this. Glue it into place, and then put his bow tie right on top of it. And hold it for a second. And I love his crazy little eyes. Oh, they're so cute. So, that's him as he's looking right now. And I've got a cute little accessory to put in his little hand, a little bucket, like a little trick-or-treat bucket. I just put a little pumpkin in it. But what I do with this is I take just a bead of glue right there, and then I take just a little piece of my felt, and so I'm gonna put his little handle right there, but I put this piece over the top of that, so it just gives it a little added strength for the glue. So when he is holding his little bucket, it's light, but he still needs a little bit of something to make it a little more strong. So there he is. Isn't he the cutest? And this is another version I did of him in the green. And then this is the one I showed you at first. And he's got the little trick-or-treat thing also. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and share my video with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel because I've got a lot more super fun, easy projects like this. And you'll see when I do my all my gnomes, this is the process we do in too, is we'll just start with a juice bottle or a mayonnaise bottle or even a ball canning jar. We do them, and a can, like any kind of vegetable can or bean can. So we'll do a lot of them coming up. I hope you enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.